Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight wherever you're joining us from tonight. Welcome in the ring. What a day it has been, folks. Day 2 of that national teachers strike in Guyana. And folks, teachers mean business. I hope the authorities are watching. I hope so, because so far, clearly they haven't been listening. And so I hope that they're in tune now. I hope that they got the teachers got their full attention. It hasn't been that way, and that is why we are where we are currently. Folks, as you come onto the program, share the live and smash that emoji button as well, wherever you guys are joining us from. Great to see each and every one of you. Share the live. That's how we do it, I notice a lot of folks are trying to copy us. We're happy. Imitation, this is the ultimate flattery. We see we got Abigail, Natasha's here. Where are our ringsiders tonight? We are happy to have all of you. Diane Fordyce is here as well, folks, and whichever page y'all are rocking and coming in from, whether it's the Christopher Jones, the Apnu AFC page, whichever platform you're joining us from. Janet Harding, we're happy to have you. Rhonda Gordon, great to see each and every one of you here. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. As I said, it's just a delight to have Vesta Hardy Rajkumar here. Nicole Cole is here. Audrey Cole, all the Coles come out tonight. Thomasina Ben is here as well. Folks, did you get a chance to go on the picket line? I instructed you to go on the picket line. Some of you real getting tickets, If you go on the picket line, folks, if you were on the picket line and want to see the hashtag, I was on the picket line. Let that be the hashtag. I was on the picket. If you were on the picket line, folks, I ring the bell just for you tonight, and I'm calling your name. If you were on the picket line, I was on the picket line. Let that be the hashtag tonight, folks. And I ain't want nobody telling no story, and I hope I spelled picket right there. spelling. I ain't want to come across like she's a preposition. Folks, how are you guys doing this evening? Great to see each and every one of you there. Share the live and smash that emoji button. Gloria Chester, Pace and Power, Ringsiders, in my Gloria Chester voice. Orin Don Cook, great to see you as well. And all those other folks joining us. What a day to us today, folks. Day 2 on their front lines, on their protest lines there. My God. Great to see all of you here with us, folks. We got the fight card set. As though some of y'all missing. Great to have you guys nonetheless. See so many of you joining the program from all over the world. Diane Fordyce says, I was on the... No, it's not Diane Fordyce. Diane Graves-Andy. My apologies, Diane. I ring the bell one time for Diane. Right out of Lindon, Diane. I was there. If you weren't there, folks, what are we going to do to folks who weren't there? I'm open to suggestions. Mario Bella, we can throw what in the chest? A bell in the chest tonight? Yolanda Thomas, it would be fitting. Debbie Collins, Rishi and Desiree, Debbie Apple, all the D's out tonight. Shauna Fortune, all the D's out. Janet Elias, Joylyn Cook, great to see you. Fantastic. Wonderful, folks. We got to open up, folks. We got to open. As you know, there was a press conference over the weekend by the parliamentary opposition. And part of what they were saying, we want to circle back to some of it. This country ain't got no future for young people. Now when they're dragging out the money out of the natural resource fund, no. Nothing will be left for future generations, folks. This is part of what we heard the parliamentary opposition saying. And I want to thank, first and foremost, I want to thank the one and only Adam Harris for this report. Look what happened, folks. They open up. No future for young people in this country. None.
Leader of the Alliance for Change, Cameron Ramchitan, told the press conference on Saturday that the government is bent on ensuring that Guyana has more wealth set aside for future generations. The government on Friday further amended the Natural Resource Fund to allow it to withdraw almost all the money.
Initially, if $2 billion were brought into the country as a result of oil revenues, the existing situation prior to last night's passing would have been the first $500 million would have been totally taken out and withdrawn. The next 500 million would have been 75% taken out.
Just over $1 billion would still have been left in the fund. Ramjatan said that the government doesn't intend to leave anything. There would have been limited withdrawals from the remaining $1 billion.
So at least you would have had some monies for what is called intergenerational savings. Okay? And you could calculate from that how much could have been saved under that regime. What they have done now is that from the first, so if we now making $2 billion, the first $1 billion, they can withdraw the entire amount, $1 billion US. And the next tranche of $1 billion would be 95%.
He said that after setting up a sovereign wealth fund, the core function is to ensure that the savings would have been left for future generations.
What we have here is literally nothing to be saved. So in actual fact, we are going to have a degutting of a sovereign wealth fund. It's simply become a slush fund for the PPP to spend as extravagantly as they want to.
Opposition leader Aubrey Norton said that the NRF was intended to save for bad days.
Now, what this government is doing, while they're giving you little handouts here and have young people running around like if anything is happening, what they're doing here is really taking the money in billions and exposing the youth to a crisis that they will not be able to get out if the youth doesn't stand up to this government who, one, putting a debt burden on their head, two, creating volatility for them in the future, and three, basically removing a future in which there are savings in the account for them as we go along.
He said that the young people should understand that the PPP government is preparing the young for a disaster rather than for a bright future.
Yep, there you have it, folks. That was the opener. That was the opener. No future for young people. Young people in this country, they want flash. They want style, some Louis Vuitton as well. Young people, they want style, little Louis Vuitton too. What's happening in this country, folks? Day 2 of the strike. Day 2 of the strike. Young people don't want flash some Louis Vuitton, man. Were you on the line, folks? I'm looking for the hashtags. Were you on the protest line? I want to see the hashtag. I was on the picket line. Well, let me know. Don't we go picket. I want protest. I was on the protest line. Were you outside today, folks? Julian Mars, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that report. The one and only, the legendary, the iconic veteran, Adam Harris. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep, I was on the protest. Were you there, folks? I want to give some of y'all a bell tonight, but some of y'all like y'all. Some like y'all frighten these people. Like you all frighten these folks. You all want to the picket line. Roxy McKinnon, Rhonda Gordon, were you on the picket line? Leon Blair and Paulette Graves, Vanilla Garnett, Renamingo, Lester Tom. Were you wonderful folks on the front line? Yolanda Thomas, I know you were there in spirit. I know you were there in spirit. How are you folks doing tonight? Day 2. Welcome in the ring. Day 2. Welcome in the ring. I gotta wake some of y'all up. I gotta wake some of y'all up. Gotta wake some of y'all up. Yeah, gotta wake some of y'all up. Thanks for joining us, each and every one of you from the many places. No doubt y'all are joining us from. Pace and power, folks. Boots on the ground, pace and power. Welcome in the ring. Share it live. smash that emoji button. So much happened today, folks. So much happened today. The teacher strike is on, folks. The teacher strike is on. And you know what? One of those things we see them saying is that teachers have had enough. Man, tag a teacher, man. Oh, shucks, I want your bell in your chest. Don't make me do it. I'm begging. I'm begging. Don't make a throw a bell in your chest in this animal farm. Don't let do it. Somebody hold me shut, man. Hold me shut. Hold me shut. I'm begging, hold me shut. Tag a teacher. What's happening out there tonight, folks? They said teachers have had a lot. Teachers have had a lot. You get plenty. The only thing you get is Louis Vuitton and so is there you what, though? Well, hold on, man. Nice time coming. Long time gone. Short time come. Louis Vuitton. That's what some folks want. Listen to what they said in National Assembly. All that they've been doing for teacher. I went in doing for teacher. I went in doing for this body. Richie and Anita and Vilma and Chiselle and Diane and Ron Abigail. They said doing a lot for teacher. They're doing a lot. Take a listen.
The Education Ministry told the National Assembly that it is doing a lot for teachers through the government subventions.
Minister was kind enough to say that the subvention to the Guyana Teachers Union, which is $5 million, and which was $5 million last year, and which was $5 million the year before also. And she explained nicely, sir, that it caters for teachers to seek help and to provide in times of hardship and so on. So we have a significant increase in our teaching population. And would the minister agree or explain why the sum remained the same? And if
That is Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal. Education Minister Priya Manichan said that this isn't the only area in which the ministry provides for teachers.
A significant portion of teachers have asked us not to attach their welfare to the Guyana Teachers Union because they're either not members or the benefits that they get are sporadic, absent, or biased. And that has been publicly said. So this 5 million is not the only thing we give to teachers. In fact, the Chief Education Officer published a letter the last 48 hours detailing 28 actions taken over the last 2 years.
She said that this money is aimed specifically at improving the welfare of teachers.
Teaching service in Guyana is over 13,000 teachers. The union does not enjoy the membership of 13,000 persons, and at their last election had under 4,000 persons voting and present. So it may indicate to you why it's not a sensible plan to invest all that we have for teachers in one body whose leadership has come under question by its membership.
She was asked to withdraw the imputation, which she eventually did. Then came the issue of a subvention for the Curricular Labor College. This has been withheld by the government. There was a vote in the budget for a subvention this year.
Yep, there you have it, folks. And Priya was talking out the turn, you know. She had to withdraw her imputation. Yes, love to talk out the turn. Folks, it's day two of the Guyana Teachers Union strike, the GTU. We want to take you guys to Lindon to see what one of the union leaders said there in Lindon. Folks, how you all doing? Wrong by you all side the man. Great to have so many of you on the live tonight. Share the live and smash the emoji button. I see Edith Miggins is here and Donna Miller. I see Pamela Sanchari. Celeste Clark is here as well. Alec Cummins and Diane, of course, and Beatrice Selby is here on the live as well. Great to have each and every one of you. Respect and manners to all our teachers. Listen to some what went down in Lindon and what one of the regional officials told Vanessa Kisuna, teacher herself, there in Region 10, and particularly in Lindon, in the mining town. Take a look and take a listen.
Mr. Manta Allen, all the way from GT is here with us. What do you have to say? Come out this side.
All the time, I'm saying to the general public is that we are in it for the long haul.
Yes,
We will not be removed until we have answers this trip.
yes.
We are here, and all we are asking for is collective bargaining. All that we are asking for is for you to meet us and speak to us about our salary. All our salary issues,
Benefits.
not just the non-salary. You have been meeting with us. We have been talking about the non-salary. But what about the salary issues? We need to hear from that. You know, Vanessa, when they announced the $25,000 payout in December, I felt good because I said to myself that the increase is going to match the $25,000. I was disappointed to hear it's just 6.5. Yes. So we need to talk. I recognize that in the manifesto of this government, they asked for 50% increase. So far, we have not met that. This is their final year. Election is next year.
You know, and Miss Allen, just go around this side because the cars. And I can clearly remember, I don't know about others. And these are things we should, as teachers and so, keep saying. It was in Parliament when the then Minister of Housing and Water, Irfan Ali, who is now the president, was touting, what about the nurses? What about the teachers? What about the police workers? And then he said officers. And then Jagdio himself came on to say that talk about a 50% increase. And now, what a slap in our face indeed. They're coming here to tell us 6.5. And it is only certain sectors that are being affected with this type of treatment.
But you know what, Vanessa? I'm happy that you are raising that because the teaching profession makes all the other profession. So who is going to start something like this? It got to be the teachers.
Exactly.
I am trusting that the others, it catch on
But
very fast.
Exactly, you know, and to those, we have parents. Listen, I learned it today in a parent group. One parent is saying, teachers, when you're going back to work, me child got to, you gotta look after me child from 8 to 2, what will happen? I want to say the school is not a daycare.
I agree with you, the school is not a daycare, but I tell you what, teachers know how to make up for this loss. They know what to do when they get back into the classroom. And fear not, join us.
And what are your thoughts? Because a lot of teachers out here are parents and our children also. Because let me be frank with you, I cannot teach my children math. Clear out of it. So don't tell yourself, oh, she's a teacher and she's going to take care of your child. I can't teach my children maths. I can't teach them geography. I can't teach them French. I can't teach them Spanish. I can't teach them, what's the other one, is Portuguese. I want you to understand. I can't teach them that. I am depending on these same teachers that are striking.
Definitely.
And I know that my teachers will, like you said, be able to fill in and you know, my children will be able to learn and catch up. So just before you go, just let the public know that teachers are also parents.
Definitely. We are parents all the time. And you know, most of the times we cannot deal with our own. But other person's children have been taken as our own into our bosom.
Yes.
Right? And somebody will take care of ours if we take care of those.
Exactly.
But the other thing that I want to raise with you this morning, I want to debunk the whole thought of the central executive officers, they're striking just for duty free. Come on. There is only one officer that is not driving. All others are driving. All others have enjoyed duty free since 2019.
Ministers get duty free too.
Yes.
Ministers get duty free. Parliamentarians get duty free. So, you know, but remember, sometimes we have to just look for every little petty thing to cause an issue.
And that's it, because we need to step up from the pettiness and look at the real issue. All right?
Yeah.
We are willing. Look at me. I'm willing to go in the classroom immediately.
Yeah.
But let's talk.
Let's talk.
I'm prepared to leave here right now to the table.
You're here in Lindon and Region 10. And most recently, our schools, you're talking about us being on strike. I didn't hear the other day a lot of parents and so jumping out when the schools had to be shut because of flea infestation, mosquitoes infestation, toilet issues, water issues. My school, and I'm at the step where the teacher fell down. The teacher can't be out here. The teacher is a CPC student first, so she cannot go to classes and all that. Even if it's online, she cannot make any notes. Her hands are in cast. So, you know, when people jump out to say, why weren't they jumping out then? But we will continue to stand in solidarity with the Guyana Teachers Union. I mean, and the other thing is, I want us to understand this whole thing. I know everything is politics. I know some people would want to run from that, but I want them to know that teachers that are out here are teachers that were out there 2018.
Yes.
Because I can clearly remember, and I can share a video with you, when 2018, the now town clerk of Lindon, Gov't, was out here with us on the picket line.
Yeah.
You understand? We got videos in 2018 when Irfan Ali said teachers and nurses should be treated properly. We got videos in 2018 when Priya and Jadi on them. So all these things. So let them not come with this foolish political talks. Because I've an soon. I am a politician. And I am who I am. I was here 2018 and I'm here again. And I will come again. It matters not who is in power because we speak truth to power.
Yes, yes, and we are not afraid to stand and stand as one. I am hoping that the government can come quickly and pull us together because this what we are seeing is getting larger and larger. No use to saying our stats showed yesterday that we had close to 60% of the teachers across the country outside. Look at Essequibo.
Yeah.
Look at Berbice. Look at Georgetown. Look at Region 3. Look at Lindon.
Yeah.
We are here to stand to show unity as a whole.
Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Ms. Samantha Allen, and thank you for joining us. And I wish you a safe journey back to town when you're leaving. And just know that we're in solidarity with the Guyana Teachers Union.
Exactly.
Hey! Can't walk! Can't walk!
All right, that's some of what went down in the mining town today, Region 10, Lindon in particular. Folks, day two. Day two of that strike. Day two, folks, we know the whole thing. I want you all to know that we know the whole thing. Big shout out to all our teachers from coast to coast. Ringing the bell for the teachers. That one is just for the teachers, not for everybody. It's just for the teachers, folks. We know the whole story. We know the whole thing. I can tell you. We know the whole thing, you know. In that conversation with that union official, Vanessa Kissoon did allude to the fact that when they were in opposition, this same government, you know, said all who deserve 50% and whatnot. Don't believe me. Take a look for yourself.
What about the nurses, the teachers? What about the police workers, the police officers? Aren't they equally important? Aren't they equally important? Mr. Speaker.
I'm glad that the government has reintroduced collective bargaining.
And I hope that the public service unions will request at least a 50% increase in wages and
Pim, we know the whole thing, I can tell you. we know the whole story, folks. We didn't even have to post it. We picked that up back from social media because you guys out there are smart. And as long as you continue making the arguments, boots on the ground, making the arguments on social media, they're gonna be brought to yield. They are going to be brought to yield. But folks, you just gotta hold straight. You share the live yet? You smash that emoji button yet, folks? We know the whole story. Now, Priya Chan and co and company, I think it was, Polari Joe, well, they took to the media to say the teachers have gotten 21 out of 41 things. They ain't getting the right things. That's the problem. They ain't getting collective bargaining. They ain't getting the 50% that Jack Dio in their finale were singing songs, ballads about. They ain't getting the right things, folks. Yep, they took to the media. Here's that.
Education Minister Priya Chan recently appeared on the National Communications Network, NCN, stating that the Education Ministry, through the ruling People's Progressive Party civic government, has already met the demands of 21 items laid out by the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, to make the lives of teachers better. Her comments came in light of the strike actions taken by teachers who have heightened their calls for better wages. The government has entered a multi-year agreement, though there is no obligation to do so to meet these demands, Manechan said.
We came into office in 2020. We were given this document for a multi-year agreement. First of all, there's no obligation on the part of the government to do any multi-year agreement. Bar Jack, us president, and in his wisdom, with a view to serving teachers, entered into a multi-year agreement with the Guyana Teachers Union to serve the teachers of the country. And that has been renewed and renewed over and over again. And new things added and so on. But what we did here, when they gave us that, it had 41 demands. 41 demands that the GTU said would be, if you grant us these things, teachers' lives will be better. So that's what they said in writing. I have it here. If you give us these 41 things, teachers' lives will be better. We have met 25 of those demands.
In addition, she stated that the government provided in total 28 other actions to better the lives of teachers. According to Manechan, the strike undertaken by the teachers is considered illegal because the GTU had signed an agreement in the 90s that they will not strike, and there is the concept that talks must be broken down before strike actions. She also added that teachers are considered essential workers.
Some countries, teachers aren't allowed to strike. They're considered essential workers, and their entire law is built around that. Teachers, nurses, doctors, armed forces, and so on. Because, and in our country too, GTU has signed an agreement with the Ministry of Education since 1990 that they will not strike, they will not sit out. And the purpose of that we have those rules is in the world is because these are services, essential services that deal with vulnerable populations. In the case of a nurse, or a doctor, it's people who are sick. In the case of teachers, it's children who need supervision and guidance and teaching and so on. And so that's why those rules came about. And as Joe said, to have initiated this process, talks had to break down.
Teachers has taken to the streets in protest, which can go until the Ministry of Education meet with the Guyana Teachers Union to have one common ground on a salary increase.
Yep. We didn't say we know the whole story. We know the whole thing. I want this government to continue to be just as out of touch as they are. The term, the tenure, the stay gonna be very short, ain't it so? The term, the tenure gonna be very short, very short. Oren Barker, it is not so. Michelle and Sharon Mercurius and Ingrid and all the others joining us, Mark and Chisel Chipper, Brenda and Forbes and Enid Elliott. The short gonna be, let it keep being just so out of touch. That's how we like them. Let it keep showing up, folks. Whether Louis Vuitton and such and so forth. It can be a very short, very, very short tenure. Works to me. Works to me. One way or the other. Works to me. Let it keep being just like that, man. Out of touch. You shop with your protest line and so on with your Louis Vuitton 10,000, 15,000 US bags. And teacher can't catch yourself in this country. Carry on sweetly, prayer, man. Carry on. Carry on sweetly. Your time can be very, very, very short. The teachers are moving on no confidence motion in the government, and the government is misjudging the mood. Y'all continue. Y'all continue. Tell you, they haven't been prepared for the age of social media. And one of the things that has been making the rounds is this Louis Vuitton bag. Louis Vuitton gate, that's what they're calling it. Louis Vuitton gate. What do you people feel about the minister and her Louis Vuitton bag? When you meet, you arrive. Andrew and Valme and Karen, when you meet, you arrive, folks. Priya coming in for landing heavy, you know. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Priya moving big. That Louis Vuitton bag alone could feed a small village. That Louis Vuitton bag alone that Priya got there can feed a small village. They're coming in real big, heavy hitters. Right? I'm happy for them. Continue just like that, Priya. Just so. Watching some of us, folks. Well, the folks on the picket line ain't having it. Ain't having it with the Louis Vuitton bag. The people are saying that the minister's out of touch. What do you guys think? Out of touch, that's what they're saying. Minister of Education, Premanik Jan, Amit Rastaman, and Efua. I see Edward is there as well, Jamal Aziz, Kim and Courtney, Celeste, and all the other folks. How do you guys feel? Do you have a Louis Vuitton in your closet, folks? For that special occasion when you're heading to school or visiting a protest line? How things by your end? Look what some of the protesters have to say about that.
Salary gun! Priya wearing Louis Vuitton and Audi 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 salary gun! Priya wearing Louis salary gun! Priya wearing Louis Vuitton and Audi 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 salary gun! Priya wearing Louis salary gun! Priya wearing Louis Vuitton and Audi 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 salary gun! Priya wearing Louis salary gun! Priya wearing Louis Vuitton and Audi 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 salary gun! Priya wearing Louis.
Yep. I see Stanley said Priya making his style. How big, Stanley? Big, big, big. Listen, y'all left Priya. Please and thank you. I'll fight some of y'all for Priya in this animal farm we call Guyana. I will fight some of you for Priya. Priya, you don't bother with them girls. You go to the Vuitton bag, every school, every protest line. When you meet with the union, you go to your Louis Vuitton bag. See, they don't race you. carry on, Priya, in this animal farm. Carry on smartly, Priya. We tell you, we know the whole thing. We know the whole thing, folks. It's day 2 of the Guyana Teachers Union national strike. Massive strike today. We saw coast to coast. We show you some of Lindon already. We're going to show you some other places. But look some of the other things that happened today. Take a look.
The strike called by the Guyana Teachers Union entered its second day today, and there was retaliation by the government. The first response was that the strike was illegal. The second response was to disregard the agency shop agreement. The agency shop agreement allows the government to deduct union dues from the teachers and pay them into the union. Yesterday, the government announced an immediate end to this agreement. Norris Twitter, the Guyana Trades Union Congress, was with the striking teachers this morning.
In relation to the withdrawal of
the agency shop arrangement. This represents the height of cricketing. It is devilish. It makes Satan appear to be an angel. This is vindictive.
He said that such acts should strengthen the teachers' resolve. The government is also seeking to politicize the issue, according to
They are
Ritter.
playing the risk card with the hope of alienating the Indian workers, who they presume are the supporters, from the industrial action. What one would expect that a sensible, intelligent, caring government would have by now invited the officials of the GTU
Ritter also addressed the government's contention that the strike is illegal.
or the defense that they have advanced in categorizing the strike or characterizing the strike as being illegal is one that flies in the face of industrial relations theory, practice, norms, in the face of all the instruments, legal and otherwise, whether it be charters or conventions.
And the teachers already appear to have a solution. They began chanting, "You take away the Jews, MMG will work. You can't kill G2U no matter what you do." General Secretary of the Guyana Teachers Union, Coretta MacDonald, joined the teachers again today.
We have to tell the minister that we will find ways and means of remitting our Jews to the GTU.
That's correct.
When the workers from Gov't struck, nobody took away the Jews from Gov't. And so this is high-class wickedness.
Yes.
But we want the Minister of Labor to understand, and by extension, the President to understand, that when you mash GTU, the confusion will start.
She vowed to close all the schools across the country. Ms. MacDonald said that the PPP government feels that it can trample on the rights of people.
And you know what? These are the very people who were shouting in Parliament during the David Ranges of administration that collective bargaining must be returned to the table. And now that they're in government, they have returned to their old selves, oppressors, a set of oppressors. But you take away the Jews, MMG will work.
Yeah, that's it, folks. Day 2 of that strike. Day 2 of this massive Guyana Teachers Union strike nationwide from coast to coast. And, you know, that's some of what we saw during the course of the day as folks were posting pictures from different places. This is Oriala, the teachers there at Oriala, saying that we're on strike. We are on strike, and who vexed? Priya, over to you. Over to you. That's what the teacher said. Who vexed? I really want to congratulate all the teachers around the country who've stepped up, even against all the challenges and condemnation that is a political strike. We heard teachers, we heard teachers in several places invite parents to come on the protest line. Have you found the time to go on that protest line? Have you found time, Maxine and Caroline and Deborah and Eva? When folks, it's your sacred duty as a citizen, knowing all the challenges that beset the Guyana Teachers Union, to make your contribution in this way as well. Kudos to all the teachers around the country who've been making their voices heard. And you heard about the wickedness, the sheer wickedness of what this government wants to do against our teachers. These beautiful teachers here in Oriala, beautiful teachers in Lindon, Region 10 and 7, 8, and 6, all over this country are beautiful teachers. Wicked government, folks. The strike, day 2, I do my own small part, inviting you guys. I want to see you all on that protest line. It continues tomorrow here in Georgetown in front of the Ministry of Education and Brickdam, and that's the office that is closer to Camp Street. There, that office there in Brickdam, is it 21 Brickdam? Head on. You can hear the chants. You don't gotta worry. You don't gotta worry. And if you're in a different town, different city, here in the 592, something is happening close to you, where our teachers are concerned, they picket line and they protest. Be a part of that. You're a parent. You must want better for your teachers. Because if the teachers are better, of course, they can unleash their creative energies and talents in the classroom, and our children will benefit as a result of that. Day 2 of the protest, folks, and that's how it went down. That's how it went down. You know, Priya said that 21 of 41 things on a list by the GTU have been met. Well, the teachers bring out their own list. The teachers brought out their own list. And this is some of what we saw. A Hinterland location. Look at the monthly expense. Forbes and Donna, Sister Mark, Marilyn, Lorma, good to see you on the live, Marilyn. Look what the teachers bring out their own list here now. You go through this. Cost of living in this country so high. Ration. For a small family, I'm happy to say that. For a small family, $350 US, $70,000. Transportation, $50 US, $10,000. Clothing, $50,000 to $50 US. We're talking about a data plan. I hope GT&T, I hope Digicel, I see GT&T get a big shout out today with the MMG. GT&T, come on. Come on now. Look how thousands of teachers across this country supporting GT&T. Come on, GT&T. Right? Make a quiet phone call to the union president, Mark Light. Make a quiet phone call to the GTU president. Let them know what's happening. I ain't telling you nothing else. I don't talk there. But look at the list, folks. You reading the list? You reading the list? Data plan. Look, snacks. 100 US a month, you know, for snacks. Oh, God, they must be laughing me in some countries. That Joe Biden, that Kamala Harris, they must be laughing me. That Bernie Sanders. Well, you see what we surviving now in this country. They must be laughing we. While Priya Manuchan share Louis Vuitton bag. How much do you think Priya Manuchan ration is when the month come? Free transportation. I'm sure she got a big clothing allowance in that $2-point-something million salary. Snacks? Oh, Jesus. You get paid $20,000 for snacks for the month. Look, y'all don't come around with teachers funny. Don't do it. Don't come around with teachers funny. You got to go out there and work. You got kids. I know a lot of folks in the hinterland got somebody who would come and stay with the kids. They got a nanny, $50,000, another $250 US. Medication. If you're dealing with this teaching service, you're dealing with the teaching profession, you're going to need this. You're going to need your ginkgo biloba. You're going to need your Nutrifos medication. You're going to need your tonics. Teachers got to walk all kind of distances. You're going to need something to strengthen the foot, you see. Right? Look at that. At minimum, look at that, $256,000 a month. Teachers getting that? You got to be a head teacher. You got to be a head teacher to get that, folks. Right? So Priya said 21 of 41 things met. Listen, the demand of teachers. The right things haven't been met. That's the problem with this whole thing. The right things have not been met. So that's the list from the hinterland. Right? Then put on Louis Vuitton. You can imagine if Louis Vuitton on this list here, we're talking about $3 million one time. If you add Louis Vuitton, you got to get Louis Vuitton on layaway. Layaway. Not everybody in this country can go to Van Arpels and whatever the fancy store name in New York where the first ladies go and buy our choice items, 5,000 US shoes and 10,000 US belt and, 7,000 dress and so on. US, 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 United States dollars. Look at this list here. And teachers got to be begging, almost begging this government for some reprieve from that. As we said, and that is a hinterland school showing us that list. And before they go out of the capital city, the more expensive things are there. Folks, Let me take you all over to region, I think it's region 2, and teachers there have a list of their own. Y'all get a list in how much y'all do for teachers? Well, there is more to be done. I think that is the point that they're making. There is more to be done. Look at the list in region 2.
Look at it, look at it. Minister Louis Vuitton. Respect teachers. A pint of rice, 200. 3 egg, 200. 2 planting like gold right now, 300. 5 malnourished, dehydrated bora, 200. A pound of chicken, 500. Oil, 800 and up. Milk, 680 and up. Teachers have their families to feed. We need food on the table. We're fighting for betterment. This is all about survival, folks. This is not a political statement. This is coming from the teachers themselves who are in this struggle, deserving betterment. We're saying break every chain. Break every chain. Louis Vuitton. And the air gone up from this here too.
That's what we saw. You're talking about a list. Who do what for who and what and such and so forth. The teachers are out, folks. The government has misjudged in the arrogance, the mood of the people. The teachers are upset, like public servant. I wonder when the other unions coming out. They like Mr. Patrick Yard. I wonder when the other unions coming out. That's what I say. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. It's not only teachers suffering in this country. It's now or never there's a mood in this country for change. And hope the other union leaders taking note. Taking note. The government disrespectful. It's only guy who they can meet with. They are disrespectful. And that's what we heard some of the teachers saying out there, how disrespectful they are. Folks, it's day 2 of this national massive strike from coast to coast. In the 592, the teachers have turned out in their numbers. If you share this live, you're too wicked. Throw a bell in your chest. Throw a school bell in your chest. A ring bell in your chest. You better share the live and smash that emoji button as well, folks. And it's only getting bigger, you know. That's why I want you. Day 2, it's only getting bigger. It's only just started. Hold strain, teachers. Hold strain. Please and thank you. Hold strain. Look, story, you know. Could you imagine? We heard that report earlier about them now trying to withhold the union dues from the GTU. This is how they operate, you know. When they think it hard, they could always find a way to make it harder. It's like they go to bed every night and say, look, how can we make the lives of Guyanese even more hard than the element program that we got? How are we going to do it? It's fascinating. And so somebody dreamed this up. Jack, you dreamed this up last night. Here we can do it, fun. Prayer, come. Here we can do in the animal farm. Here we can do. We can take away the Jews from the union. They got to pay, right? We as master and them as slaves. We can take away the Jews from them. Wicked, stink, and dirty. That's what we got transpiring here. Wicked, stink, and dirty. That is what we have here. How can you do that? But you heard the teacher say, MMG, go work for we. MMG, gonna suffice. GT&T. Don't let me go come down, break down, you know. Don't let me go come high up, break down, you know, GT&T. Make it right. You gotta support the teachers because the teachers support you. I don't talk. Jasmine. Your name calling. I don't talk. Who no. Wickedness. They send the union letters in the dragon out. The Jews. Wickedness. $1.146 trillion. Teacher said they want this year. Teacher got to make a food. I need your bread as well in the 592. Don't come wrong with funny like that. Who dreamed this up? Is it Priya? Is it Bar Jagdio? Sitting in a manor and mansion there in Prattville too? Is it Joe Hamilton? Who dreamt this up? That we can drag out the union Jews, how the strike illegal, and all this nonsense. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. Teacher said it disrespectful. That's what's happening here. Disrespectful. Take a look. Take a listen. Disrespectful.
Teachers are the backbone of any society. We look up to our teachers as persons who are well respected in communities, especially like in a small community.
That was Mrs. Dawn Hastings Williams, a member of parliament and general secretary of the People's National Congress. She was also a teacher. She hails from Hinterland, Guyana. She was from Region 7.
But once a teacher,
Always a
always
teacher.
a teacher.
Yeah.
But find my students, they're calling me teacher, miss, and that's because teachers have impact and influence in the lives of the students and the children that they will have taught. And so our teachers deserves better.
She said that the teachers are entitled to whatever they are seeking.
Even though the ministry had said that they're trying, other benefits like duty free, the majority of our teachers in the hinterland are TUMs, TQMs, and are not entitled to duty free as yet. Only when you're a senior master or a head teacher, and you have to wait years for you to be entitled. But the majority of our hinterland teachers are less qualified.
She said that she came out in support of the teachers because she knows that they have been forced to be on the streets.
And this is an issue that affects the lives not only of the teachers, but their families also, and even the community as a whole. So I am in support of them today.
The regional vice president of Demerara, Collis Nicholson, said that 80% of the schools in Demerara have responded to the strike call.
While some of them are not here, many of them are at home. And that is a signal to say that they are fed up, that they would like to be remunerated properly. And so our demands, like I would have said in a voice note this morning, are our livelihood, our bread and butter issues that should be met. Having sent a letter by the permanent secretary to the president of Guyana Teachers Union that speaks to immediately discontinuing the dues from our teacher is an act of vindictiveness. We don't expect anything better because we understand the conditions of which this government worked with, and so we were prepared and we were ready for that. But that in itself would not deter us from doing what we are doing. It would not deter the teachers, as a matter of fact, from having this demonstration and for the call of industrial action.
And the number of teachers outside the headquarters of the Education Ministry today was greater than on the first day.
Yeah, wicked, stink, and dirty, and disrespectful. Wicked, stink, and dirty, and disrespectful to withdraw the dues that the teachers pay to the GTU. But the smart to the government, all right. The strict to the government, who no. Wicked, stink, and dirty, that's a letter there. Wicked, stink, and dirty. Folks, there too, of the Guyana Teachers Union. Massive nationwide strike because the PPP has misjudged the moment. Spend, baby, spend the concrete and stealing. Government, nothing for the teachers. None for the teachers. Wait your turn. We can't give you too much salary. We can overheat the economy. We can do this and that. But for sand and cement, no limitations. No limitations. No. Teachers showed up, folks, across the country. This is some of what we saw at Port Kaituma. 800 plus children need to feel loved and be comfortably accommodated at Port Kaituma. They need space. You think it's only money? Teachers got some real concerns. Right? That was one of the things on the placard there. Teaching becomes like dog work. Ministry of Education. What is 6.5? Teacher want nice time too? You want to eat a bread. Eat your food and make a bread. Teachers want nice time too. I'm a teacher. Right? And of course, 6.5 can't do nothing for me. Reads another placard there. Wickedness. But the time can be short. Continue on the same road, PPP. The light one, let it continue on the same road, Mark. Rosetta, let it continue on the current course. Time can be real short. Real short. I'm making that appeal again. I'm making that appeal again, folks. You haven't been out on the picket line yet in solidarity with our teachers. You're wicked. That's number one. You're wicked. But you got time to correct that. You got time to come over to the light. Stop going into the darkness. Come over to the light. Continues tomorrow throughout the country. Right? And they're going to be out front wherever's the Ministry of Education office, in your district, in your community. Find it, they're going to be there. And stand in solidarity with our teachers. That doesn't be anti-government. It's about being right. It's about standing up for justice and for truth. It's nothing to be anti-government or you don't like the PPP and all the foolishness. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with what is right. We are as filthy rich as we'll ever be as a nation. Now's the time to make it right by our teachers. Now is the time. Day 2 of the strike, folks. Day 2 of the strike. In other news, before we wrap up, or as we wrap up, in other news, folks, in other news, you know, a man lost his life today. Tragic fashion, as happens every day in this country. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier at all. We want to say thoughts and prayers, but his family was crushed to death, they tell us in the John Fernandez War. And here's that report. Here is that report. Pace and power.
A 64-year-old man of Mandela Avenue, East Rumfeld, was this morning crushed to death at John Fernandez Wharf. The man was identified as Trevor Jones, who is a stevedore foreman. He was at the time walking behind a super reach stacker, which was reversing. The devastating fatal accident occurred at about 7 hours 38 today at the John Fernandez Limited Port Facility on Water Street, Georgetown. According to the Ministry of Labor, who is currently investigating the tragic death of the foreman, the man was struck by the counterweight at the rear of the vehicle. He fell to the side and was fatally injured by the rear right wheel of the machine. Occupational safety and health officers visited the scene and conducted a preliminary investigation. They were able to determine that the accident took place between the facility's main entrance and the wharf after Mr. Jones had completed his 12 midnight to 6 a.m. shift. The Minister of Labor, Joseph Hamilton, is concerned about workers being injured on the job, since he is of the view that when a worker leaves home to go to work, there is an expectation by the family that he or she will return home safely after work. Investigations by the Ministry's Occupational Safety and Health Department are currently ongoing.
And finally, folks, look what else we're following. They're telling us the Hydrometeorological Office, the Hydromet, they're telling us that today they were going to be expecting a thick plume of Saharan dust to move into Guyana late on Wednesday, early on Thursday. You might want to watch for that. Take a rag or something if you're going to be out late Wednesday. But you know when the Met Office said rain is sun and sun is rain, it might come early in the morning. That's what I really want to see. That is what I really want to see. It might come early in the morning. So if you're going to be out, walk with a rag just in case to cover your nose and so on, or a mask or something like that, so your breathing isn't affected in any way, folks. That being said, folks, I'm telling you all, this strike continues tomorrow. And if I don't see y'all on the front line, it's me, y'all. I don't talk. I don't talk, folks. That's going to do it for us at this end. That's my time, and that's our program. Thanks for joining us. The thousands of you who joined us from at home and abroad, folks. This is a very serious time. Step up and be counted, citizens of Guyana. Step up and be counted. Hazel Chase, Emily Durant, Jonna and John Jones, Maxine Monroe and Michelle and all the other folks are there. Let's step up and be counted. That's our time, good folk. That's our program. Lester, Deirdre, Jen, so all the teachers that join us from across Guyana. Thanks for joining us this evening. And if you have some video, you have some photographs of the strike happening near you tomorrow, folks, these are number teachers. Send us your video, please and thank you. Send us the photograph of the strikes and any other thing happening close to your end. Carolyn, Haley, and Jackie, and Chammy, and Edward, and Hazel, Raquel, Gentle. That's our time, folks. Stay safe. Be safe out there. Watch out for each other. John and Sandra. Sandra Hanover. That's a number. Something happening of interest close by you. We want to know, teachers. Let's keep the others in the know as well. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, folks. And rest of the week. See you on the front lines tomorrow. That's the last bell, I promise. That's the last bell. That's the last bell. Stay safe. Stay safe.